Hi, and welcome to Mindpods Release Wait Now, Stop Waiting, Start Choosing, audio number 2, Becoming Aware.
Becoming aware is a process now available to you, having listened to audio 1, letting go of old patterns a number of times by now, because as you are learning to enjoy that luxurious experience of allowing yourself to feel comfortable in your own skin more and more, as you respond in new and beneficial ways, as you begin to become curious about exactly what you may start to become aware of and how you can learn to do this more and more easily, while all of your amazing mind power continues to transform you, accessing those deeper parts of you that make learning fun and transformations easy.
So, as before, only listen to this program in a safe environment where you can relax and remain undisturbed for the next space of time. So you can relax and allow your unconscious mind to lead you as you follow our suggestions, because your conscious mind will remember certain useful ideas and your unconscious will keep all the rest of it safe.
And so, sit comfortably now, or lie down in a comfortable position and become aware of your breathing again. And as you become fully absorbed in your own experience on the inside, close your eyes and begin the journey of transformation as you continue to make new, healthy choices easily, and you'll be ready for your continuing enjoyment of your own ability to eat when you're genuinely hungry and pause or stop when your body has had enough is enough.
Many changes have already taken place within you. It is often useful to take a little time to reflect on what is different for you. What has changed? It's often useful to evaluate what you might need to do and offer yourself a large portion of kindness, acceptance, and an attitude of patience towards yourself, because for many these changes are about letting go of old and useful habits now, and that requires patience.
Being patient and being kind to ourselves makes it easier to continue to make positive changes, changing your relationship with food, changing your relationship with you, treating yourself with kindness and respect. Buddhists talk about being mindful. Others talk about awareness. Some people talk about consciousness. You may have heard it said that some people just sleepwalk through life.
I have noticed some people have spent a lot of time thinking about and planning their food and meals, and yet they have stopped thinking, being aware when they begin to eat.
When they begin to eat, they have stopped being aware. They have mistakenly stopped thinking about food, and they've forgotten to be conscious.
It's like they've fallen. Into a food-induced coma. When I think about people eating in a food-induced coma, all sorts of funny and amusing images come into my mind.
And you will notice how many people have actually missed out on the real enjoyment that comes with eating, because they're not paying attention, because they were in a
coma state. Of course, when it comes to eating, you're already becoming increasingly aware. You're becoming increasingly conscious, and every time you eat, you are positively mindful, aware and awake. And this lets you enjoy every eating experience.
Maybe the food zombies forget, or maybe they don't know about the practice of eating mindfully. And this is an art which offers you greater joy and intense pleasure, so you can really begin to enjoy your food now. in such a different way, which offers greater satisfaction, leading you to a slimmer, lighter, leaner, healthier you.
Food gourmets pay attention to what they eat, how it tastes, the flavours, the textures, how it feels as they eat, how their stomach feels. They enjoy their interaction with food.
Food is nourishment.
Food is here to help your body live.
Living your life to the finest standard.
A healthy body, a healthy mind.
A healthy, enjoyable life.
Where do you begin when it comes to eating like a mindful, conscious eater?
Well, it all began for Anne when she took the time to consider the origins of the food she ate. She began to develop a deeper appreciation for her food. It was taking the time to consider this that helped her experience gratitude towards food.
It's food that gives us life.
It's food that gives us life.
Somehow, many have forgotten how precious food is in their lives.
Our ancestors were mindful of this, and in some cultures today, they have a different type of relationship with food. They respect food and its origins. They would ponder the journey the food has taken to be here. They would consider what's been involved in the development of the food growth.
From a tiny seed which has been placed in fertile grounds, they remember someone, somewhere, has taken care of this seed and has given it the right amount of heat, the right amount of water, just the right amount of nourishment. So, the seed developed into food.
And if they gave the seed too much water, it would not survive the journey. If those caretakers had not understood the needs of the seed, had not honoured the seed, it would not have survived the journey. The caretakers of the seed knew what it takes in order for the seed to survive its journey of life.
It's the essence of life itself, for the seed to continue its life for others. Sometimes making changes within ourselves in life is like planting new seeds.
Planting seeds in the fertile ground of your mind.
Using our consciousness.
Practice, and more practice leads to change.
Mindfulness is the seed which can grow deep in your mind and lets you feel in control. You will cultivate and develop your thinking in a way which enables you to be a conscious, mindful eater, and it will be far easier than you might imagine. I'm not suggesting you'll find yourself feeling a heightened state of awareness and consciousness each and every time you begin to eat.
It's nice to consider the benefits of eating mindfully for a few moments. It might be something you find it easier and easier to do as each day passes. Practicing eating like a mindful gourmet is something that you will find easier and easier. And as with any change, it can take a large portion of practice.
I remember meeting a lady once. She was one of those people where you can't work out their age. She looked wise. She had a young face and a young body. I didn't ask, as it wasn't really that important. Some things aren't really that important, are they? She did something which changed me for good. It was very simple, yet it made so much sense. But it did surprise me. She really impressed me. I still think about it. How we were chatting about nothing in particular, possibly small talk. It certainly wasn't about quantum physics or Schrödinger's cat or the meaning of life. Mid-conversation as we walked and talked, we approached a cafe. I invited her to join me for a drink. Inside, as we approached a table, I asked her what she wanted, and the strangest thing happened. She stopped walking. She stopped talking. She was totally silent and still for a few moments. So I waited, and I waited, and I waited some more, until finally she said,
"Water, please."
I ordered our drinks and we sat down, but feeling a little puzzled by her pause before making a decision. I asked her if everything was okay, if she was alright. Because she was so quiet, she laughed a little at me, gently, and replied,
"I was just checking with my body what it was that I really wanted."
I sat in wonderment at her reply. She said,
"Our body is amazing. It knows what we need."
And sadly many people have tended to ignore their own inner wisdom. I will never forget that lady. She taught me something profound and simple, which changed my relationship with food for good.
So many people have tended to pay attention to the glossy magazines, the latest faddy dieting miracle. Face it, faddy diets do not work. What really makes you reduce your size in a healthy way is to trust your body, trusting yourself to make the right choice. We have to begin building a trust with our own inner wisdom. When you cut your finger, do you worry that it might not heal? No.
Trusting your body feels easier to you.
You just know to trust your mind and body to begin the process of healing. You let your body do what it's good at, guiding and directing you in the healthiest ways for good.
Just like when we are tired, we don't question our feeling of tiredness. We know our mind-body is ready to rest, and we trust our mind-body well to alter our consciousness so that we will sleep. And as we sleep, many changes take place out of the awareness of the conscious mind.
Our mind and body does what it needs to do.
Renewing,
Restoring,
and recycling.
And I don't know exactly what it does or how it does it.
And it's not important.
I just trust and know that my mind body just does that.
So, after that meeting, I knew all I needed to do was pause.
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 Stop.
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 Stop eating when your body is satisfied.
When your body has had enough food for you to lose weight in a healthy way.
Just for a few seconds.
Pause.
Pause.
Just for a few seconds.
Only a few seconds.
To fully consider
what it is
that I need
right now. And I practice this patiently.
Practice.
It will feel like fun, and the process is enjoyable and incredibly satisfying.
And as you continue to drift and reprogram your automatic thoughts around food and eating, you will notice that you are engaging in the process of this awareness awakening mind pod. You will find that as you forget to think about food in between meals, as you forget to think about food in between meals, in the same ways as you did before, and you notice how quickly the time for meals comes around, because you have so many other things to think about.
There is a part of you that is really ready to wake up and pay attention to what your body needs, what your body wants, so you can really enjoy each and every eating experience. It's almost as though you have, and you found respect for your body. For each and every eating experience, you can eat mindfully in an enjoyable and satisfying state of consciousness. Each and every time you eat, it will be in an enjoyable state of mindful consciousness.
The more you practice this with patience, the easier it becomes. And so, I'd like to invite your unconscious mind to decide what's useful for your conscious mind. Can remember certain things said here that are useful for your conscious mind to remember certain things that your unconscious considers useful. And I'd like to invite your unconscious mind to keep all the rest of it safe, and you can decide to remember to forget certain things, or you may forget to remember certain things, whichever is fine. The most important thing is that your unconscious knows how to take care of you and keep all the important information and ideas and learnings safe within you now, continuing to benefit you in healthy ways during the days and weeks and months and years to come.
And so now you can begin to become aware of the rise and fall of your chest as you're beginning to surface a little at first, and now you're surfacing more and more. So I'll invite you to experience a certain curiosity about just what might be different now already as you become more and more aware of the outside. And you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes and stretch your limbs and begin to come back to the here and now. Take in your surroundings and begin to feel refreshed and rejuvenated and invigorated as you begin to feel your body and mind wake up. And as you get ready for the next bit of your adventure, you can prepare yourself now to reach full alertness and vitality.
And it's worth remembering as you go about your business in complete confidence that your unconscious mind, your deep inner mind, is doing all the work for you, updating your mind-body system in amazing ways. And you may want to listen to part 2 several times. We recommend between 5 and 7 times, so that you can be sure that you have learned what you need to learn here now.
And then when you're ready, you can progress to part 3 and beyond.
And it may be useful to consider the possibility that you may already now have far more control, far more ability, far more awareness about how you can choose healthily now and into the continuing future too.
So until next time, thanks for listening.